Crypto money laundering, terror funding biggest risks. India bats for global crypto regulation framework. Sitharaman says money laundering, terror funding biggest risks linked with digital currencies. India has pitched for a global framework to regulate cryptocurrencies, flagging their use in money laundering and terror financing as the biggest risks facing nations. I think the biggest risk for all countries across the board will be the money laundering aspect and the aspect of currency being used for financing terror, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said during a discussion on Money at a Crossroad, hosted by the International Monetary Fund (IMF) in Washington, D.C. The minister is on an official visit to the US to attend the spring meetings of the IMF and the World Bank. Sitharaman added that there can only be regulation when countries are on board together. I think regulation using technology is the only answer, she said. Technology will have to be nimble to ensure it is not behind the curve, she said, and that's not possible if any one country thinks it can handle it. It has to be across the board. Udharan Chin, the minister said, and hosted wallets across borders were key risks. So, regulation cannot be done by a single country within its terrain through some effective method, and for doing it across the borders, technology doesn't have a solution which will be acceptable to various sovereigns at the same time, applicable within each of the territory, she said. Cross-border payments. The risks will have to be approached differently, because for each user case, the risks can also be different, depending on the economy, she said. Sitharaman said cross-border payments will become very effective through central bank-driven digital currencies. On taxing income generated from transactions in crypto assets, the minister said it was a means to check the source and trail, but not to legitimize them. We haven't said this is a currency. We haven't said that this has intrinsic value, but certain operations are taxable for the sovereign and that is why we have taxed, she added. The government has put in place a 30% tax on income from transactions in crypto assets and imposed a 1% tax deducted at source TDS on transactions in such asset classes above a certain threshold. So, through that, we will be able to know who's buying and who's selling it, she said.